finally brew.
And off we go from Las Vegas. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you come around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. 2nd and 11. He finds his man Johnson. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up third down.
A tough spot here on their opening drive.
Josh
this is
Swift,
3rd and 7. They'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Black versus blue.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Shifts by him. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
Yay.
Johnson now throwing on 1st down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Reed. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He finds his man complete. That's Reed. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big play that time through the air. 30 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Looking to throw. Johnson. Throw left side complete. That's Reed. And the Panthers are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
From the 8, they've got it 1st and goal. Operating from the gun, Johnson. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Johnson. He's got it. 5 yards that time on the completion. And now it's 3rd and goal. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. Well, they've gotten it down to the 3, but now this is 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Johnson to the goal line, but it's incomplete. So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they've got another play in their pocket, They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
Gonzalez's kick is good. And the Panthers stake claim to a 3-0 lead. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
After the field goal, here's Gonzalez to kick it off. Johnson now to return it. And able to get this out to the 25. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes, you have some plays that you've got called and you want to see. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready.
And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's third.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Back to throw. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense.
Here's A.J. Cole now. First punt, and this is a good kick as well. The middle complete. It's Reed. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf.
Job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he takes a shot on the release, as this will be incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up a screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late, and that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, Johnson. Johnson on its poke 3, football's out, and the Raiders have recovered. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. The question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose, and is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this one will go to the 28-yard line.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
From the 28, it's 2nd and 5. And the pressure gets there. He'll go down. It's a sack. And it is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. Hassan Reddick in there to take him down on what will take a 2-minute warning. On third down, it's James. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Las Vegas. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Here comes Erickson. It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back to... And the Raiders have got him. Solomon Thomas, they love to see that from him as he slips in for the sack.
When you see a quarterback retreating away from the line of scrimmage toward the other goal line like that, usually doesn't end well.
You're exactly right about that. Normally, if they're moving from side to side, they've got a chance maybe to get back upfield. He was trying to shake defenders and extend the play, but it doesn't work out very well for them at all. You need those extra yards on the other side of the line of scrimmage. Now you're digging a hole for your offense.
The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw.
He'll look underneath and finds Brown.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Now Johnson on 1st and 10. Thomas has got it. Complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Johnson, a final shot before break. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Reed. So we come upon halftime intermission here with the visiting Panthers taking the lead to the locker room. As we send you to... The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. Amir Abdullah going to take it out of the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2.
Finally, Brew. Domain
the Panthers
code.
ready to go back to
It
work
is
to
Josh
start
Crick,
the third
by the way.
quarter. And they've got
Black
the
versus
lead.
blue.
Sidney, what do you think the message was at halftime?
Oh yeah,
I don't think the
Shamar.
message was too drastic.
Shamar
I think
is
if they
him,
have her,
emoji
they need
eyes.
to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Why you stanky?
They defer to Brown to start the drive. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Here's Johnson. Off play action. He finds his man. Complete. That's Brown. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
Johnson now on first down. Looking sideline, incomplete.
But listen, when you've got the lead, there's absolutely no sense trying to fit a ball in where you shouldn't. You can see the coaching in his head taking place on that play because he saw he had a receiver in the area. He just put it well over his head, out of harm's way.
A good action to this point in the third quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10.
Throwing again. Johnson.
And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Johnson. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Reed. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. So on the big tight end, Holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
And Johnson lost the football. It's loose, poked out, and the Raiders have recovered.
Skipping some comments.
Starting spot for the Raiders
It has Josh Cribb, by the way. Black versus 2. Yay. Oh yeah, Shamar. Shamar is him, emoji eyes. Why you stanky?
The same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
On second down, it's James. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. Now a handoff to Richard. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. The defense stiffens to force 4th down following that first down gain of 8. Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
Hello.
Their defense got the stop,
Emoji Santa Claus, emoji pick, emoji Santa Claus, emoji prince, emoji Santa Claus, emoji ninja, emoji Santa Claus, emoji ninja.
A tight game like this.
Emoji face with tears of joy, 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 emoji face with tears of joy.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. They got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down if they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up. That'd be the time to do it.
Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give them 7 there on the first down carry. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on first down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on, because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock
face with tears of joy, emoji 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 face with tears of joy.
Out of this crowd. On first down, Brown. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Looking to throw. Johnson. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
And they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. The Panthers down to a knee out of the victory formation. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it.
Brandon, I can just tell you from experience, there's nothing like pitching a shutout on defense, but even more so when it's a tight game. I mean, when every defensive play is crucial and you don't give up any points, boy, they're going to feel awfully good about themselves after this one.
Yeah, exactly. The offense wasn't humming, but, hey, all they needed was, you can't score 1 point.